Hi, Tails, or Miles. Well, hi, Rainbow Bright. Well, it's good to see you again. It's good to see you again here in Rainbow Land. Yeah, I mean, another day ago, Sonic was here again. Yeah, he was. So, my understanding is that you have been friends with Sonic for years. Oh, yeah, for a long time. And as far as the game always goes, they always have me do everything he does. So if he hops, I hop. If he hits, I hit. Well, thank God that isn't done like that in the drawing books or in the drawing films, thank God. Why do you why do you think that they do that for? I don't know. Because they thought it would be cool to have someone who does every single thing someone else does. I don't know. I guess someone to help you fight foes. That's the only guess I can come up with. So I understand, you know. So you're still so you still have your bonds with Avro Eggman, do you not? Yeah, we still do. And we still don't understand what his whole thing is about. Because his whole goal to take over the world shifts from whatever offshoot of Sonic you happen to be dealing with. If you're playing the film games, it never really comes out. But they only guess you in something about, oh, I want a madness stone. But that's my guess. Because in the drawing shows, he's got all kinds of goals. So it's not like just one goal. And then in the drawing books, he's got all kinds of goals too. So who knows what his main goal was, you know? And I don't know if we'll truly ever be done with him. You got someone like that in your world, do you not? Are you talking about Merkwell Dismal? Then yeah, about 40 or 41 years ago, I dealt with Merkwell Dismal and his whole goal to take Cast Light and Brightness out of all worlds. And that was his goal for 40 or 41 years. It hasn't shifted, you know. And no, I'm not dealing with him anymore. Thank God me and him are friends now. But I cannot say the same for you and Sonic and Avro Eggman. No, I don't really think Avro Eggman would ever call it yield. He'd ever, give in and yield and, give up. That's not his way. Even though every single goal and tool he's ever done hasn't worked out for him. Not in the film games, not in the drawing shows, not in the live films either. Yeah, and I don't get that. Like, what's his whole thing? Is he like someone who is like highly wise and somehow has a belief that that means he's greater than everyone else? Because that's what I took away. At least that's what the takeaway from the film said. If that was the same thing for in the funny books and the drawing shows and the film games, yeah, I guess. I don't truly know, Rainbow, if that's the answer or not. And maybe it is. If it is the answer, that's sad. You know, that there would be folks out there who think, oh, well, I'm highly wise, so that makes me greater than you. But then again, at the end of the day, Tails, folks who are wise or not wise, or highly wise or not, they have a gift. That is true. God has given them that gift. But that doesn't make them greater than others for having that scale or that gift. Because having wisdom and being highly wise, that's a gift. And sadly, there are folks in this world who somehow believe they're greater than others, but that's not true. Well, it was good talking with you, Rainbow Bright, Wisp. Well, you're always welcomed in Rainbow Land, you know that. if you ever come back to our world, Rubius or Nubius or whatever it's called, then you're welcome there too. Well, if God has made that world and put life on that world, and I got to bring light, cast, and brightness to that world, then yeah, I will be there.